ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. So this video right here is brought to you by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, it doesn't have to be a wrestling show or WWE show, be any show, you need a ticket for it, use SeatGeek, use code Hodge, and save you guys $20 off your tickets. Now this is for first time orders only, so if you've used SeatGeek before, just make a new SeatGeek account, you can use the code, and save yourselves $20 freaking off of your tickets. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the sponsorship out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into this episode of WWE News and Rumors with the first news story of the day. So the first news story of the day will be about NXT. So NXT Europe has been announced, or should I say like re-announced. So this was the plan like years ago, like Triple H held this like whatever it was like some kind of an event, and he talked about this, how WWE, they want to expand, they want to develop, they want to expand into more developmental territories, if you will. So WWE, of course, stands for World Wrestling Entertainment, except it's not really that true. Sure, the product is broadcast around the world, but very rarely are we getting wrestlers from around the world. Very rarely are we getting the world's best wrestlers. For the most part, it's like North America and maybe the UK's best wrestlers. Like, we rarely get people from like way out. I mean, every once in a while someone will pop up, but basically they want to open developmental territories to find like talent in different countries. So they already had NXT UK, and now they're actually expanding to like all of Europe. So eventually, I'm sure they want, and if things were like in a perfect world, they want like NXT in like every single country and just have a developmental branch there to kind of spot talent to see how great other countries' wrestlers are. But basically, this is a very big news, and I'm sure he wants to expand even further than Europe, but as of right now, we're starting NXT Europe, which is a very, very big deal, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds, where they're finding wrestlers from all around the world and not just a selected amount of countries. Alright, the next news story will be about WrestleMania 39. So we've been talking about this quite a bit. Of course, WrestleMania 39 is when WWE, when WrestleMania goes Hollywood. So Hollywood, California, Los Angeles area, we're getting WrestleMania 39. Tickets have already went on sale, and tickets are pretty much already sold out, which is just crazy. So Triple H released a press statement about this, I guess, and basically said, in the whole history of the WWE, WrestleMania tickets have never, ever sold this fast. So this is crazy. And I agree, it's crazy, because the show, for one, I don't really remember WrestleMania tickets ever going on sale this early. Like, we're like 8-9 months before the show, and this show's almost sold out. I don't have my tickets yet. I'm not really that worried, because I know there's going to be like a lot of different tickets floating around, but really there's not as many options as there was for this past year's WrestleMania, like WrestleMania 38. And they actually have a statistic here, a number, if you will, analytic, if you will. So it's a 42% jump in ticket sales compared to last year's WrestleMania. Like, yeah, last year's WrestleMania sold 42% less tickets past the on-sale date than we have sold now. So it sold less. So we have 42% jump. That's a giant jump, and it's just really hard to believe. It's just crazy that WrestleMania is pretty much sold out now. The show is like close to a whole year away. So it's crazy, but yeah, there's a very large demand for this WrestleMania, and I guess it's going to be a very good WrestleMania, so I can't wait to see what they're going to do. But yeah, WrestleMania 39 is pretty much completely sold out. There's a giant spike in ticket sales compared to last year. This is actually the fastest selling WWE event, I guess, in WWE history. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that's actually the only confirmed news stories that I talked to you guys about today. So go ahead and get your juice boxes out, ladies and gentlemen. Get your juice boxes ready, because it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. So the first rumor of the day will be about Johnny Gargano. So Johnny Gargano is someone who's no longer with the WWE, who hasn't really done too much outside since he's left or whatever. Now, will he come up to the main roster, going back to NXT or whatever? They're really wanting him to do the main roster kind of deal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, as we can see if we're watching the product, Triple H is bringing back a lot of released people, a lot of people that WWE didn't really see a potential in or didn't see them using in the next few years or whatever. Triple H, however, sees things a little bit differently. So he's been bringing back a lot of talent. He wants to add more depth to the roster, more options to the roster. So they're bringing back a lot of people. Johnny Gargano was like one, it was like arguably for a while, he was like the face of NXT. It was a very large part of the NXT brand. So just to have him go like poof and just disappear, it's just horrible. And he wasn't happy. He wasn't like just a budget cut that he just like went poof or whatever. He just wasn't happy. He wanted to explore things outside, and apparently Johnny Gargano is now open to returning to WWE now that Triple H is in charge. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when, but it does look like Johnny Gargano will be returning to WWE sometime here in the near future. All right, the next rumor is about SummerSlam. So this is about SummerSlam 2023. This is hard to believe. So SummerSlam was just like the last pay-per-view that we witnessed, of course. And then we're already having rumors of the 2023, next year's SummerSlam. So SummerSlam this past year, of course, was in my home state here in Tennessee. It was such a great time, such a great adventure. If you guys haven't seen the SummerSlam vlog I did, please watch. It was just such a great party. The party of the summer, if you will. It was a really, really fun time. Nashville really, like, I don't know, it just felt right and at home there. And apparently WWE thought so too, because it looks like SummerSlam 2023, next year's SummerSlam will be coming back to Nashville again, which is super rare. It's super rare to see them do the same pay-per-view in the same city 2 years in a row, or even more than 2 years in a row. It's very rare, so they must have been very happy with how it came off. Nashville, normally when WWE, they come to Tennessee, it seems like in the past few years, they haven't really been that too happy with the crowd. But apparently this crowd in Nashville, they were extremely happy with it. They were extremely happy with the ticket sales, how the pay-per-view went off, how the venue was and everything. I gotta say, everything went smoothly on my end, attending the show at the venue, the Nissan Stadium as a fan. Everything was very smooth. It was probably the smoothest time I've ever had getting into a large show like that. So I'm on board for this, and I'm happy. And of course, it's in my home state, so I'm happy about that. But the front runner right now, this isn't set in stone or anything, but the front runner that WWE are thinking for SummerSlam 2023 is actually Nashville, Tennessee for the second year in a row. All right, the next rumor also has to do with this whole like SummerSlam kind of deal in a way. So this is about like how WWE is selecting like cities to have shows at. So basically, for years they've been doing WrestleMania as like a bidding thing. Like the cities have to put in a bid if they want the show to be there. Like they have to put in a bid, and then whoever WWE chooses gets the show. So the cities, it's pretty much up to the cities to put in their bid or whatever. So basically, they're changing how they're doing the other shows now. So now the other large pay-per-views, which were not done that way, they were just randomly select a venue, are now going to be done the bidding way. So like for the large ones, so they got Rumble, you got WrestleMania, which was always done like that. You're going to have SummerSlam done like that. You're going to have Survivor Series done like that as well. And you may have even other large shows where they try to make them big stadium shows have to put in a bid for that. But basically, that's the way they're going to be doing this from the future. So like where Rumble's going to be, where I think Rumble's already kind of set for San Antonio. I think that one. I think they're kind of talking like after that. So for SummerSlam, like Nashville has to put in a bid to get that if they actually want that, which they probably will get. The city has to put in a bid for Survivor Series. So yeah, it's cool the way they're doing this, making all these shows like very large, like WrestleMania feel shows, and the cities have to actually fight to have that show there because it's a very big thing for cities to actually have these shows. If you guys do not know, like it brings in a lot of local money for the economy or whatever for their a lot of wrestling fans come in, they got hotel rooms, local places they'll eat at, spend money at and things, and it just helps out the cities flow a little more smooth. So they definitely want a large event to happen like this in their city, and if they want a large WWE show, now they have to put in a bid to actually get it there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the final news show. This is the fun room, and the final thing we'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. This is about WWE returns. So, like I mentioned earlier, like Triple H is bringing back a lot of people. Now, you gotta give props to Triple H. He's been doing a great job in his first few weeks at being the head of creative for the WWE. I'm very, very proud of the guy. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job, Triple H is. So basically, here is a few names that has been talked about with Triple H backstage about bringing back. Now, these are kind of main roster people. I'm sure there's a lot more names, but here are four of the biggest. So, for the biggest, we have Johnny Gargano, of course. We already talked about him. The next name is Braun Strowman, of course. That guy, he was not really booked that well or whatever when he was there with the Vince run, so maybe he sees more potential in him in that. I don't know. The next name is actually Nia Jax. Now, of course, she has she has like a dark cloud hanging over her head about this whole injury thing. She kept like injuring people in the ring, and I don't know if that's just from like inexperience or whatever it may be, and hopefully they can get it sorted out and she can actually be like a safe, reliable, like good thing for the company, which I'm all for. I mean, you always forgive people who are not doing things on purpose. I don't think she purposely injured anyone. I think it's just from inexperience. But basically, the next person they brought up, not bringing back, of course, we talk about here on the channel quite a bit, and his name is Bray Wyatt, The Fiend. So apparently those are four like the largest names they're talking about bringing back. But yeah, they're bringing back a lot of wrestlers. Now, two names we didn't mention on this, of course, are Sasha Banks and Naomi, because those are kind of already done deals to bring them back. After the kind of like craziness that went on, drama backstage and everything. Apparently they got that sorted out and they're ready to return here in the future. So that's why I didn't mention them in this, but apparently that's some names to talk about bringing back, and I'm sure Triple H will use everyone to the best of their ability. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on all these news stories and rumors in the comment section down below. But ladies and gentlemen, I am your king of Vlogstop, Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.